Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash, Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well, and peace and salutation to all the Sinsha'akim that are fighting, of course, day in and day out, of course, make their call and election sure, going out on the highways and hedges, and of course, doing their studio shows throughout the week. All right. I'm the brother Mappa from Great Millstone Playing Tables Camp. All right. Coming again with this truth. This is going to be a video which, it just popped up or something like that, and Yahweh Ishmael Shai gives us topics throughout the day in which we are to listen to the Spirit and put together these videos and feed the sheep, feed the flock, give them this truth, so this video you have this actually might be a confusion of face Ishmaelite. He kind of looked like an Ephraimite though, or from one of the Northern Kingdom tribes, which are the Latin tribes, right? Native Americans and all that. Which nation Israel was split into two. You got, of course, the Southern Kingdom, which consists of the so-called Negroes, so-called West Indians, and the so-called Haitians, and you have, of course, the Latin tribes, which and the Native Americans, right, who are a part of the Northern Kingdom, all right? And collectively, we are the nation of Israel, all right? 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? And, of course, the confusion of face, because, we've been scattered amongst all the nations, okay? And, here... you'll see, I'm not, like I said, the dude might be a Jake, but Ishmael is the so-called Arabs, which we're going to get into that and such. But they have these Arabs or whatever, Ishmaelites, they have a religion called Islam, all right, and they're, followers, they call themselves Muslims and such, which means Muslim, I believe, means one who submits, all right? And, they worship, Allah or whatever, some idol that's made up, all right? Which, when you go into the whole Islam and all that, that was all set up by the Catholic Church, all right? They gave them that, pretty much control them, all right? But, anyway, yeah, you got this, this video which you're gonna see. You're gonna see a Jake. He's gonna recite the Quran, all right, which is, I guess, their so-called holy book, which is bullshit. All right, it's no prophecies within it. All right, and it's it's just bull crap, And anyway, this Jake, a lot of Israelites, they go into, Islam, it's a religion, they think it has some truth in it, but it doesn't, it's all crap, all right? Islam is trash, all right? You gotta believe in the Bible, to believe in 100% truth, believe that you're Israelite. All right, believe in the name of Yahweh Ishmael Shai, and cut off all of that. These religions and these other doctrines, they are not a Yahweh Ishmael Shai. All right, but anyway, this dude is like blown away by this dude, this Jake, reciting this Quran, which, I'm just going to play the video. It'll be self-explanatory. All right.
Well, we can see from the title, but let's see how it goes.
Adam, come on, man. Hey, you on camera already?
Yeah, my man chilling in the store.
Hey, can I hear that again? Adam, please.
What? Wow. Okay.
أفنضرب عنكم الذكر صفحا أن كنتم قوما مسرفين وكم أرسلنا من نبي في الأولين وما يأتيهم من نبي إلا كانوا به يستهزئون صدق الله العظيم وبلغ رسول كريم ونحن على ما قال مولانا ومصطفى من الشاهدين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Oh my. What? Yo.
Which, I mean, look, Jake, Jake, can do anything. Jake is you Israelites, all right? You Negro, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, all right? Jake, he may create ways and, show off his talent and such, all right? This is Matthews 5 and, I believe 13. It says, ye are the salt of the earth. Who the salt of the earth is the Israelites, all right? It says, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? And we bring that flavor onto the earth, all right? But we went into the other things and such, so most of our people are dead, though they still have us being the nation of Israel being the best people upon the earth, all right, being the strongest people, all right. These other nations are heathen, okay, and they even though they set up over us right now, they're on a low level, all right. Even though they prosper in this world, which Ishmael was given a blessing, all right, this world, but in the world that's coming, he's just gonna be a slave under us, all right. When we get into it, but anyway, it says it is thenceforth good for nothing. It's good for nothing to follow Islam, and not really hear and listen to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai and live in righteousness. All right, it says, but be cast out and be trodden under the foot of men. All right, and that's basically it. Our people are the salt of the earth. They bring the flavor. All right. And you got this dude. If you're Ishmaelite, so be it. Ishmael, they usually sarcastic as hell, but he might be a confusion of face of some sort. But anyway, yeah, he blown away and stuff. He gonna say some things. Let me see.
Oh, if you would have told me like he would sound like, wow, Ink, I am blown away. That was so good. He sounded wow, That's why I always say, don't judge people right off the bat. Like, if you would have seen this guy, you would have never thought he would be able to recite the Quran like that. And he sounds amazing.
Which, this is going to go to this here. This is Deuteronomy 28. This is a curse that's put on the nation of Israel. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. So being a part of astonishment, people look at us, call us niggas and stuff. That's proverb and a byword and stuff. They don't expect nothing of us. These rest of these nations, they really think that we ain't shit. All right, but we are the Lord's chosen people. All right. And, really, our nation Israel, we're the children of the promise, all right? And that's what this lesson is going to go into it. But anyway, I think he's going to say something about something. Go into it.
Doing it too. Wow. It's crazy. Never judge anybody. A lot of people would have judged him and would have been like, no way. Like, look, he's a thug and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But wow, that is.
You heard it right there from the dog's mouth. If he is a heathen or not, he ain't in this truth, so he a fucking heathen. But anyway, no, that's basically how these nations look at us and such. They look at us like we ain't shit. You got this fucking dumbass nigga. He following the Islam and shit, and just look at how these fucking Arabs. They look at Jake, just in subjection under them, just for the entertainment, astonishment, man. Let me get another preset real quick. Psalms 44 and I believe 14. Let me see. Yeah, this is Psalms 44 and 14. It says, "Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people." All right, and that's what the nation of Israel is. Amongst the rest of the nation. Byword. All right. Mashal is the Hebrew word for byword. It's a proverb, right? Basically, they say poem, discourse. Yeah, basically, when you go into it, these fucking nations, they just look down on us, call us all these different, sayings, nigga spicks, wetbacks, y'all ain't shit, whatever, but that's it. All right. Now, this subject now, I pretty much have covered for the most part what I wanted to be covered pertaining to that video, but the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai hit me, just to go into some more other things. Ishmael, they are not the chosen, okay? And they try to go about thinking that they are like blessed or something beyond the nation of Israel, and they're not. They're nothing but spittle, which is nothing. All right, drop out of the bucket. They ain't nothing. All right, and the Lord, he's only dealing with Israel, right? He only dealing with the nation of Israel, starting up, of course, of the elect. All right, because 2/3 is blind, just like the niggard that you seen reciting this Quran. All right, so. Without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Now this is gonna be Galatians. I'm gonna start here at Galatians 4, and let me see. I'm gonna start at the 22nd verse. All right, cause the Ishmaelites, they think that they got fucking some type of, they gonna have, like, they gonna be up in the kingdom of heaven, all blessed up, and it's not. All right, it says Galatians 4 and 22. It says, "For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the two sons being Isaac, Ishmael and Isaac." Right. It says the one by a bondmaid. All right, which is when you go into that, that's basically a slave. Let's see. You go into it, bondmaid. Right there, maid servant, your young female slave, right? It's Paideska. All right, it's like if I'm not pronouncing it correct, but you get the point. All right, so Abraham had 2 sons, one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman. All right, which the free woman was you would say that's Sarah. All right, which we can go into the account. Um, man, a lot of times I want to make these lessons short, but it seemed like it screams for it, but they go longer. But anyway, Salakia, I'm just thinking to myself. It says, actually, you know what? Just to prove it, I'm just gonna go quickly to it. This is Genesis 16:11. All right. It says, now Sarah, Sarai, pronouncing it or reading it correctly, Abram's wife, bare him no children. And she had a handmaid, all right, a slave, right, an Egyptian, all right, Matazarium, all right, that's of Ham, which means hot of the so-called Africans, all right. It says whose name was Hagar, all right. And Sarah said unto Abram, behold, now Yahweh hath restrained me from bearing. So she couldn't have a child at the time. It says, I pray thee, go on unto my maid. Okay. It may be that I obtain children by her. Okay. So she said, go and have a child, basically go have sex with, the slave, which is theirs. Right. And you can, bear a child. It says, and Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah. All right, Sarah. And it says, Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, had sex with her maid, the Egyptian. All right, and we dealt with other nations. All right. It says, after Abram and had dwelt in the land of Canaan, right, of Canaan. It's an African. Yes, Canaan, Slakia. Anyway, yeah, Canaan. And gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. All right, and let me see, just to go into Atlantic Canaan. I know we took over that, but let me see. Canaan. I believe that's how you say it, pronounce it. Canaan. And it's Lowland, right? The 4th son of Ham, progenitor of the Phoenicians, the Africans, and of various nations, people of the seacoast of Palestine. All right. It says the land west of Jordan, people by the descendants of Canaan, and subsequently conquered by the Israelites under Joshua. They took over their land and shit. But anyway, You get it right here. So, you get who is the bondwoman and who's the free woman. All right, and that's where it is. Okay, so it goes anyway. It says, and he went into Hagar, and she conceived. When she saw that she conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. All right. Sarah hated, of course, the fucking bitch because, of course, she had a child. That's how women is and shit. And she didn't get to have a child at the time yet until Yahweh set it up. All right, but anyway, it says, let me see. I'm gonna go on. Let me see to just to read more. So it says anyway, like going into Ishmael, right? So, she had a child, right? And it goes into, it says, and the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, all right, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. All right. And he will be a wild man, which some Arabs are. All right. And his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren, which is all these different Arab nations that surround him and such. All right. So in the Middle East and all. So, that's basically it. And that's Ishmael. All right. Now, Ishmael, he was not given, of course, the promise. All right. They're cursed. Anyway, so, we right here, reading back again, Galatians 4:22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by the bondmaid and the other by the free woman. And I didn't read, of course, into the account where Abraham had Isaac. All right, but you could go and read the stories. Just go into Genesis. All right, but he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but and that bondwoman was Hagar, an Egyptian. All right. It says, but he of the free woman was by promise, and that was Sarah. All right. And it says, so that's basically it on that right there. So, I'm gonna go down and go to verse 28 to the point. It says, Galatians 4:28. Now we brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. Okay, so the promises, of the kingdom, all the blessings and all of that. That's onto you say Isaac. All right, Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob. All right, and that's basically it. Really, I'm gonna go to further go into it. I believe I got Romans, and let me see if I even have a tab with it up. I may not have a tab. I gotta pull it up. Let me see. This just for edification, of course. I can start even here. Romans 9 and 4. It says this is Paul, right? He says, he was going into it, I believe, lineage and all that. But let me see. It says going on 9 and 4, Romans, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, agreements, right, and the giving of the law and the service of the power and all the promises, right? So that's all. Israelites, right? That's gonna receive all of that. No other nation. Okay. It says, I'm gonna go to the point. All right. You can read the chapter and everything. These are all good. But anyway, it says Romans 9 and 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, like Ishmael, right? Are they all children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. All right. It says that is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of the power. So they're not Yashala. They're not the prince of the power. All right. And they're not the chosen. But the children of promise are counted for the seed. All right. And that's it. And they get the blessings of the kingdom. Okay. And that's basically it. It says, for this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. It says, and not only this, but when Rebekah also were conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, and for the children, and that just goes on to Jacob, right? But that's how the whole thing, the children of promise, all right. All right, that's the whole thing, So Ishmael is a cursed seed anyway, forget being Islam, be all Islamic and all that. That ain't nothing. If you're Israelite, you shouldn't be into that. You gotta get out of that, because that's all bullshit. That book you can't make the Bible in any other books either. That's not something you do. All right, the Bible is just 100% on its own. All right, see, there's a precept on that, but freaking, I don't have it off the top of my head. But Slakia, but you could go into that, something, but not mating, the book, but I can't remember it. But anyway, I'm gonna say Yahweh Shem Yashai Brakathum Kal Akim Wa Akwathium of the elect. All right, Yahweh Shem Yashai Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Of course, bless, all of those are the of the hopeful elect that are, trying to, of course, endure. All right, coming out of the foolish doctrines that's out there. Forget Ishmael and it's the Quran and all of that. It's not the truth. Okay, he don't have a promise of the kingdom. All right, as simple as that. Why would you want to be anything like him? It says in what's that? Is that Jeremiah 10? Learn not the way of the heathen. So why would you want to be like Ishmael, reciting Qurans and all that? You say right there, Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. All right, the ways of the heathen, these stupid fucking religions and shit. They believe in fucking worshiping all types of gods and all that. When you go into it, they don't believe that Yahweh Shai, who the world even calls Jesus Christ, they don't believe that he was the son of Yahweh. All right, they say that they can't see how the Most High Yahweh, which they believe the Most High is Allah, which is bullshit. All right, which Allah just means power, but their God is not. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is Yahweh. All right, Allah is an idol. All right, but they don't believe in the scriptures. All right, they go off. All right, they try to, of course, follow some of our customs, because Islam and stuff, they modeled it after the Jews. All right, being fucking what's his name, Muhammad. He's no prophet. All right, who was illiterate. But that's basically it. This can go into a whole nother subject, but just know that they don't have a promise. Their ways is fucking vanity, is bullshit. All right, and they're gonna get destroyed in the coming destruction anyway. All right, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom.